Mitch, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, man.
Doing all right. Legend, what I make now?
I don't think I did anything over this past week for real. I'm trying to think back.
You haven't done anything over the past week?
I went to Top Golf yesterday.
How was Top Golf?
That was kind of fun. A lot of fun. The back wall a couple of times. And then
hit the back wall a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough.
I think I really didn't. Outside TT, we had TT stick on Friday. Yeah, that was nice. And then I ended up going out. And okay, nope. Now I remember everything that happened this weekend.
There we go.
I was so high Friday, Mike. I don't think you understand. I told you guys about that. Dude. But like, it was borderline insane. It was not safe how high I was on Friday, man. Like,
nah, it was I went
out. I mean, while we were together, I don't even know if that was my peak while we were together. I know I was high when we were together. I don't even think that was my peak. I don't think it all hit me until like 3 hours after.
Okay? 3 hours after, after we started and everything.
Yeah. Stop of us. Yeah, 3 hours after we fucking started that shit. Because, dude, when I tell you I was at the fucking club just looking like a fucking a stiff piece of wood, I felt so bad because it was just me and my boy MJ, and we just went. It was just us two, because everybody else like pretty much bailed out.
Yeah.
This man MJ was trying to talk to a couple girls, and he's like, "Yeah, my boy Mitchell right here," and he just turns to me, and I'm looking like stiff as fuck, just standing there. I normally don't have a problem with talking to females, right? I never have a problem with talking to them. Yeah. Like when we go out, I was like that because I'm a very sociable person.
Yeah.
But like I was just so high and so paranoid that I could not do anything, and I felt bad because he was trying to like definitely. He was talking to this group, this kind of like this duo of girls, for lack of better words.
Yeah, and, this gaggle of girls, gaggle of females.
Well, no, it was just two of them. There was a gaggle, but the one I'm referring to right now is just two of them.
Duo. Okay.
Yeah, and he was telling me, he was like, "This is my boy Mitchell over here," and he touched my shoulder, and I'm not even next to him. I'm like a good like 10, 20 feet away from him. And he's like, "Where is he at?" And then I come over like a second later after just sitting there, and he introduces again, and I'm just standing there like looking. I'm like, looking back, I was like, I look like a fucking sociopath. There's no way
I look insane. I was
like, there's no way anyone's gonna look at me right now and be like, "Oh yeah, that's the guy I want to take home." I was like, there's no chance. There's no chance at all. And I knew it was like that because they turned, they looked at me, and they just walked away. And I was like, "Oh damn!" I was like, "MJ, dude, I apologize."
No. I'm selling the bag right now, bro. Selling the bag right now.
Absolutely, yeah. And I told him that I was like, "Listen," and the immediate moment, I didn't give a fuck. The next day, I was like, I kind of sold the bag for him.
Yeah,
kind of sold the bag for him because he was interested in that one of the girls, and I was like, I kind of fucked up there.
That was what, Saturday, right? That was Saturday, right?
That was Friday. No, that was Friday. TT thing was on Friday. What is making that noise?
What's making what noise?
Something's making reverberating. But yeah, no, that was Friday. I'm gonna figure it out.
You hear it now?
That was Friday. Yeah, I still hear it. That was Friday.
Oh wait, something's playing in the background. Hold on.
You hear that shit?
I don't hear anything, but something's playing. I don't know what's playing. Let me look at my sound settings real quick. My bad.
You good? Let me see what happens if I fucking close this out.
Anyway, as you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was something on your stream. Cause
I got it. I figured it out.
It's still there.
Oh, that's why. Why am I opening up that? I opened up the wrong thing. This is a browser?
Okay. Let me stop watching right now as I talk. But no, yeah, so that was Friday. Then Saturday, was that Saturday?
Oh, okay. I know what that is then.
Saturday night. Was Sissy's thing Friday or Saturday?
Sissy's thing was Friday. But Saturday was when we went back to mom and dad's. So, like, yeah, Saturday was when we went back to mom and dad's for, like, the second time. Because we went to mom and dad's, like, 3 times this week.
Y'all stayed there the entire weekend.
No, I was there the entire weekend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I did not mean to stay there the entire weekend. I just ended up being there the entire weekend. Who was
watching Paco?
Celinda was.
Okay. She kept going back?
Yeah, she went back. Because she had to work on... So she had to work on... She had to work and go do some family stuff on Saturday.
Okay.
And so, so the way it happened was Friday night we plan on doing the thing or whatever.
Friday night was
we get to mom and dad's. We do the thing on Friday. That's where we have the tacos, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Friday I was not high. Saturday I was high.
Saturday. This was like just so you got high twice. Like,
no. So Friday was the fucking. We just had a good time, and we got tacos. We ate tacos,
Yeah,
and I
tacos
ended up
at
going
mom
out
and
with a
dad's
bunch
house.
of
Yeah, it was a
people.
good time, man. It was a good
And
time.
that was normal. That night was normal. We didn't really do anything. We just went out.
We stayed in and chilled. We stayed in and chilled, hung out. Like I enjoyed Friday. Friday was fun.
Yeah. I ended up going out afterwards at like 10.
Yeah.
And then going to
Yeah,
Calypso
you left
with some
early. You
friends.
left at like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you left at like
ended
9.
up going to the Shack and the Calypso again.
And then we went
to the same place twice this weekend.
We were gonna leave. We were getting ready to leave mom and dad's on Saturday, so we got up. We got ready to walk out, and I forgot what happened, but for some reason, Mama D had called because she knew she was still in town or whatever. She had called and she said that she asked us if we could just stay at mom and dad's. She'd come over to the house, or she'd drive over to mom and dad's. Celinda would take, or one of us would take her up to the airport, and then just bring and we could both drive the cars back or whatever. Well, Celinda, when it was time to actually execute that plan, I got up with Celinda. I helped her. We got together, we got ready and everything. And then as we get ready to walk out, she's like, "Well, we don't both need to go to the airport. Like, you could just drive home." And I looked at her with her straight face, and I was like, And then I just walked back, and I went back into the bedroom and fell asleep. Nice little room they got back there.
The little guest room they have now. Yeah. No, I'm trying to move in there.
The only thing that sucks about it is that it gets no circulation.
I finally bought myself a fan. I finally bought myself a fan.
Congratulations,
round of applause. Didn't have one for the last 2 years. I didn't have a fan. When I finally bought one, it was actually a very cool night last night.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I was just sitting there and I'm like, it's like fucking. I mean, my AC is set at 72.
Yeah,
and it stays pretty cool in here for the most part because it's just me and everything.
Yeah,
but like it gets hot as fuck in that room. Like there's barely any, there's a fucking vent that's in there, but it's only one vent and it doesn't do a good job of circulating any air.
What's the lowest you keep your AC at?
So for a while it was at 68. Yeah. But I got tired of coming out and sitting in my chair and being like freezing my actual dick off when I'm at work. Yeah. So I bumped it up to 72. I was like 72 was definitely good enough.
Yeah. See, so we've done this thing where like at night I'll do it at 68 and then I'll go to bed. And then when we get up, it's cold as a bitch in the apartment.
Exactly. The issue
so then I have to pump it back up to pump it back up to 72. So during the day we leave it at like 70, 72, somewhere around there. But then at night we drop it down to like 68. But I'm doing this thing. I'm doing this really dangerous thing. Where I'm starting to test more like colder temperatures. And I've gotten down to as low as 65, and let me tell you, 65 is a wonderful cold, bro. Yeah, it is a wonderful cold.
When you're sleeping, not when you fucking wake up.
Oh no, when you wake up, you're cold as a bitch. You
have to move around. I'm fucking mad as hell when I have to do that. That's my biggest pet peeve in my life. Yeah. Is that I really enjoy sleeping in the cold, but I hate waking up in the cold.
Fair enough. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to twitch.tv/regulargamingguys_. This, of course, is your home for the regular gamers. Of course, today is Tuesday, so that means your anime bros are back at it again, doing another anime talk segment, review, discussion. We're switching some things up. We got new segments, or we got actual segments now. We got a nice little background now. We got a nice little like overlays, all that kind of stuff. I'm working on the alerts. I would like for Tuesdays to kind of be, big eccentric on the anime theme and everything like that, since that's what we talk about on Tuesdays. That's what we really kind of like center our Tuesdays around. That's what we all come here for, to get together for, and to do and discuss and all that kind of stuff. So we'll have some alerts set up here in the near future. Right now we've got just the overlays, we got the backdrop. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below, or in chat if you're watching live right now on Twitch. Of course, you can catch this every Tuesday, 6 p.m. to what would we say, about 8, 9, something like that? 6 or 8? Yeah, 6 or 8. 6 to 8. Of course, you can catch it later over on the next day, on Wednesday, over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/regulargamingguys. Just search for us there. You'll find us over there. Yeah. Bitch, I'm glad to hear you had a good weekend though, man. That's good.
Yeah, man, it was nice little weekend.
Did you finish No, you didn't have any leftovers from Sunday.
No, I killed all that shit.
Yeah.
I killed all that shit. Was fucking fire. I killed all that shit.
Yeah.
I was hurt when I went home, but I killed it all. I
still have mine in the kitchen. It was really funny because Celinda had so to finish the story about the weekend, this past weekend or whatever. Sunday Celinda was going to come back over here. No, was it Sunday or was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. No, it was Sunday. She came back Saturday. Sunday she was going to come back over to mom and dad's, but she ended up staying home. She's like, I got stuff here that I want to get done. One of those things was meal prep. And so she prepped us some shrimp chipotle bowls. And last night for dinner, I was going to do, I didn't eat lunch yesterday. So when I got home, I went in the fridge, grabbed one of those. But then I remembered, I was like, I got my Outback So I went and grabbed my Outback, opened it up, and I was like, but I really want this Chipotle bowl instead. So I put the Outback back and opened up the made the Chipotle bowl and had that for dinner yesterday. I've been doing really good, man. I've been doing like health wise and eating right and everything. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling confident. Well, yeah, I'm feeling confident. I guess is what you could say.
1 day at a time, that's all it takes.
Yeah.
What do they say? 2 weeks. 2 weeks you feel it. 4 weeks you see it. 6 weeks you hear it.
Something like that. So, I think it's a
gotta
load of
keep at it,
bullshit
man.
because 2 weeks I didn't feel a damn thing. I don't know what else supposed to fucking feel it and feel a damn thing.
I mean, are you lifting any heavier at all over these last 2 weeks?
I mean, we don't have like a set routine, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, but we don't have a set routine that we do. Usually when we go in, Antonio likes to do like compound and like mixed workouts or whatever.
Yeah, or just fucking wait for the 4 weeks, and you'll see it, all right, dickhead?
Yeah, no, whatever. No.
No, but and then I am 1,000 away from 3,000 or 30,000 followers.
No shot. Are you serious?
Yeah, 28.9 right now.
Holy shit!
About to be 2,900.
How soon do you think you hit 50?
I don't know.
What follower goal do we have to reach for you to take your shirt off?
For me personally?
Yeah, just for you to take your shirt off, like on stream right now.
Yeah, I mean, if 1,000 people follow right now, I'll take my shirt off. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Right now, 1,000 people follow right now. Everybody, you hear that? All 1,000 of you right now.
Yeah, there's not 1,000 people in here at the moment. I don't think. That's the thing.
I don't think so. I don't think there's 1,000 people here.
Yeah, 28.9 is what it's at right now.
28.9. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Keep up the great fucking work. Yeah, keep up the good work. Mitch, so a couple of weeks ago, right? At this point, I guess it would be a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it's be July 28th. There's a little known site named GameSpot. Little known site named GameSpot. Of course, we talk about video games here every once in a while, and video games and anime tend to coincide, especially when we talk about the Dragon Balls. So GameSpot put out Jeez Louise, I can't talk. GameSpot put out a ranking, their own ranking of the top 10 Dragon Ball games of all time, and what they believe that this ranking would be. We have it here. We're here. We're looking at it. Mitch, react with me. What do you think of this list?
Fucking, if I can get my dog to stop yelling at first, I would have a much better time reacting to this list. The top 4.
Well, I guess let me go over the list first. So let me go over the list first. So at let's go down to the top, right? So number 10, you got Dragon Ball Z Attack of the Saiyans. Number 9, you got Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. Number 8, you got Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors. Number 7, you got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Number 6, you got Dragon Ball Raging Blast. Number 5, Dragon Ball Z The Legacy of Goku series. Number 4, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Number 3, Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Xenoverse 2 to be specific, because it is the second one. Number 2 is Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, and number 1 is Dragon Ball Fighters. Mitch, react to the list. Let me know, what do you think right now?
We briefly talked about this off stream the other day, and like I said, I don't think I have a problem with this list. I know you were saying there's some debate between 3 and 4, but again, me personally, Budokai 3 itself was more memorable to me than Tenkaichi 3, and I think Xenoverse had a bigger impact. I mean, I didn't really play. You've played all the Dragon Ball games that have come out.
Yeah.
I haven't played every one. I know for a fact I've played the first 4 up there, and I believe Raging Blast, and maybe Burst Limit. So that's the only knowledge I have of it, and so I don't really have a problem with how this list is set up because of what I've played up here. I think that's how I would rank it,
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, so my thing is for me personally, I don't have a huge gripe with the list, right? I don't think it's a bad list by any stretch of the imagination, right? I think it's a pretty decent list as far as the Dragon Ball games that they could pick from, because trust me, there's a lot of for every one good Dragon Ball game, there's 3 or 4 really, really bad ones. The one thing that I kind of disagree with is the Burst Limit being all the way at the bottom, and then Kakarot, Burst Limit being at the bottom, and Kakarot kind of being above that. And the biggest reason I say I disagree with that, so I would or the reason why I disagree with that, where those two are specifically, is because I feel like Burst Limit does what Kakarot did, but better.
Okay.
And in a more like traditional sense, if that makes sense, right? Not to say the cutscenes from Burst Limit, not to say the cutscenes from Kakarot aren't good. They're good. Yeah. I just think the cutscenes from like the cutscenes in like the split second or the split screen things or whatever you want to call them from Burst Limit were way better, right? If you remember, Burst Limit was the first one. It was one of the first Dragon Ball games that I played where it actually kind of felt like I was playing the anime, because if you remember, you could do. You could have you had like assist characters, right? You had support characters, and each support character had a different like ability that they could do, and like the abilities would interject in between the fights and everything like that, and then like in between every so often you would do a certain attack, and that would like cause like another cutscene to happen or whatever. But it all felt very fluid and all felt very like fluid, and what's the other word that I look for? Just I guess fluid is the only word that
That's not bad.
Yeah, the only word I can think of right now.
Flows naturally.
Yeah, it felt right. Whereas Kakarot was it was essentially trying to be a better version of Sagas. Right, we all remember how bad Sagas was, right? At least that's how I've always envisioned it. Is that it's a better version of Sagas, right? With cutscenes and stuff like that. It definitely didn't live up to the hype that. It didn't live up to the hype that I wanted coming out, like when it came out.
Because I remember Kakarot's release, like it being released,
or
like the hype leading up to like the release date and everything like that. Because that's the only one. I have everything on this list. Like I said, I remember Fighters, Budokai Xenoverse, Tenkaichi 3, Burst Limit, and Raging Blast. And I remember Kakarot. I played those ones. I remember Kakarot. I never played it, but I remember there was a lot of hype around it. I remember you getting hyped about it yourself, even.
Yeah,
and like because it did look good, the trailers were looking good and everything like that, and then when it came down to it, it died out pretty fucking fast.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the big thing with Kakarot, right? Like the big disappointment with Kakarot was, it was CyberConnect 2, right? The guys that have done the Naruto games for the last few years that have like done a stellar job with like these not custom, but like quick time event like fights and. Really, gone over the top with like their animation and all that kind of stuff or whatever. They're finally tackling the Dragon Ball games, right? And like that was a big deal because for a very long time up to that point, people were clamoring for CyberConnect 2 to take over the Dragon Ball fighting scene for a minute. And so for it to come out and be like, oh shit, not only is it not a fighting game, it's an RPG, but it's going to be done by CyberConnect. It's also done by CyberConnect 2. It was like, oh, let's go. Like this is going to be like it's going to going to be kind of fun. And then for it to come out, and it was just wild to me that like the number of scenes that they didn't do like custom special fights for, right? Like a lot of your Boo fights, a lot of the fights that you would think that would have like custom fights or fight sequences or whatever in quick time events didn't have them. Like you have the final one with Majin Buu, obviously. You have the one with Cell. You have the one with Vegeta. You have the Frieza one, of course. You've got more there, but I can't remember them at the at this very moment. But like it hit all the major ones, but there was stuff missing in there, like Nail and Piccolo's like fusion, right? Nail and Piccolo's fusion. The fight with Vegeta in 18. I'm trying to think of some other ones. During the Majin Buu fight, you only get to see. You don't see Gohan, like Gohan and Majin Buu don't have like a big like square off kind of deal, and that was kind of like a big moment, right? Super Buu and Gohan don't have a square off like special fight scene, and it's like, bruh, out of like all those fights in Buu Saga, like Super Gohan is definitely up there, right? With like needing like one of the special cutscene fights, and so it was kind of a letdown that we didn't really get all those. We didn't get all those, plus, the delay for the DLC, plus the delay for the DLC, the lacklusterness of all the DLC that came out for it. I was really let down with Kakarot, and I definitely think it needs to be lower on the list, if not at the bottom of the list. Like I could see that. The only reason why I put it above Attack of the Sands and not below it is because I haven't played Attack of the Sands, so I can't tell you if it's like great or not. You're muted, by the way. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're good.
I saw like there was a green box where my screen thought I was talking. What if
you weren't talking at all. Weird.
It's funny though, because like in terms of like the game and everything like that, or all the like this game list,
Yeah.
it brings up to me personally, the new movie coming out, Super.
Yeah.
Have you? I mean, you've seen the trailers and all that for it and everything like that.
Yeah, I've seen the trailers for it.
It looks very video game-esque, like the design, the artwork for it.
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
And I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, because I mean, people are trying to say like the same thing with Brawly and everything like that, but it wasn't as video game-esque. Like I feel like I'm watching cutscenes in a video game when I'm gonna be watching this. At least that's what I've gotten from the trailers the entire time.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I'm kind of worried that I'm not gonna like it as much just because of that.
I can see that. I mean, that's yeah. I can see that. I think that because it's Dragon Ball, I'm probably gonna like be okay with it. I'll be a little more okay with it than normal.
Don't get me wrong. I'm still gonna like enjoy it. I'm still gonna watch it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I probably won't complain that much. But I think if looking back on it, I might, and we'll see when I get there. You know, it might put it down on the lower list of. It might put it below Broly. For me, you know.
Oh, I definitely think it's gonna be below Broly. I don't think it's gonna be able to match Broly's like.
I want
uniqueness at all, because like the idea, because like the big thing. I don't know you remember, but the big thing with Broly was like the canonization of Broly and the actual confirmed canonization of Bardock as well. So it's like I don't think that superhero is gonna do anything like crazy like that. I don't think it is gonna be anything wild like that, unfortunately. I think it's going to be good. I honestly think it's going to be middle of the road.
Probably.
I really think it's going to be middle of the road.
I don't think I'm going to be disappointed, but I don't think I'm going to be blown away.
Yeah.
I'm walking in there with like middle of the field expectations.
Gotcha.
Just in case. So,
yeah.
But
it makes me want to rank the those Dragon Ball movies. Mm-hmm.
As of right now, the best movie we have is the fan-made art. That's my favorite one right now. That fan-made one. That shit was so fucking fire, dog. That shit was so fucking fire.
No, that shit was really good. It was really good.
Need a series off just that alone. I need a full hour and a half.
Just give me an
hour. Give me an hour and a half, bro.
It's like the Visions thing all over again, bro. Just like give them the money, give them the money, let them do their thing, and then
I hope Visions really has an impact like that on a lot of different like fields, because there are so many people out there that have, for lack of better words, visions of like different ways
things can work.
Things can work. Like it's for example, like I have if I just sat on TikTok, right, and I try to make videos in my own mind without using anybody else, or like without using like getting inspiration from anything else, I would have a hard time coming up with videos every single, because I post about 4 videos a day. I have a hard time every single day. But what I do is I go up there and I'll look at other people's videos and I'll get inspiration. Like I'll see one thing in the background. I'm like, oh, that's something I can do a video with. And like, it's the concept like that, dude. Like other people have good ideas and they can make some really dope ass animations if you just give them a chance to do so.
Yeah.
But
the gatekeeping, like cutting down the gatekeeping on, letting fans kind of like. I think we're getting better though. I think we're getting to the point now with like a lot of these things, and I think Visions is a really good example of that. Of like studios and companies starting to realize that. I'm excited to see it. We should hire fans over like just we should hire fans that are good at what they do, and let them kind of just work and do their thing.
Yeah, a lot of people like spend hours of their life doing like all their free time.
Yeah,
they'll go to work, they'll come home, and they'll just work on that.
Yeah,
and it's fucking crazy. I am excited to see like what African style Star Wars is gonna look like. I do want to see this.
African style Star Wars?
But didn't one of the people said one of the countries that is getting Visions is like somewhere in like Africa, like South Africa or something like that?
I don't remember saying that. I don't think I ever said that.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay, never mind. Then I'm tripping. But I could have sworn you said, because I thought you said it was like a bunch of different. I thought you said a bunch of different countries were like being included on this round.
No, I thought it was new studios. I said a bunch of new studios. I thought
I thought one of them was like in like based out of like Africa.
I mean, I'm sitting right in front of the computer. Let me see that quick. Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, but for sure, I just have like a hopeful middle for super hopeful middle.
Yeah, have you seen any like spoilers on it at all?
No, I don't really, and that's one thing that I appreciate about my TikTok page is that I don't follow too many. I don't follow many people in general.
I've seen a couple things. Yeah,
I don't see as many because by the time it gets to me, it has to have been out for a while.
Yeah.
Unless it's like like episodes, for example, like I saw the cutscene of Luffy punching the shit out of Kaido 45 fucking times after the next day after the episode released. Did I watch it all 45 times? Did I watch that punch? Absolutely.
Yeah, that animation is crazy, bro. That animation is crazy.
I did see that shit a fuck ton, but for the most part, I don't see too many other ones.
Yeah, that animation went fucking nuts. I mean, that's been one of the really fun things about. I mean, you know me, like I'll go on a One Piece rant if I want to. But like, that's been one of the really cool things with the Wano arc so far is that I remember when they announced what they were doing in the art style, that they were like how they were changing the art style for One Piece to match, not match, but how to make it kind of feel like it's a medieval Japanese, medieval Japanese style or whatever, and they've kind of taken it and then like also kind of like put the One Piece spin on it, which has been really cool. And they changed they've changed like their drawing techniques, the way in which they like animate certain special effects and things like that.
You think these guys are ever high when they make characters designs, like the character designers? Do you think
I think Oda's always high, bro. I think Oda wrote the entirety of One Piece high. I'm convinced he knows what the ending of the One Piece is going to be, and he hasn't, he's not ready to give it up yet.
I mean, didn't it say like the last season's coming out next year?
They said the next arc is the last arc, and so once we finish off the stuff with Kaido, he'll be back. We're supposed to be getting a new chapter. Either we got a new chapter already, or we're supposed to be getting a new one here soon.
There's no shot.
Did you lose it? You lose audio again?
No, I didn't lose audio. My fucking headset's about to die, and I had this bitch charging.
Do you leave it on when you're charging, or is it?
Huh?
You leave it on when you're charging?
Do I leave what on my headset on?
Yeah, the headset on when you're charging.
Can I leave it on right now and let it charge?
No, I'm saying, when you take it off to put it on the charger, do you leave it on or do you turn it off first?
That's a good question. I don't know. It varies. Sometimes I leave it on. Sometimes I turn it off.
Killing any battery like that.
Yeah. Tomato,
Tomato, simpatico,
simpatico. Let's get up a little bit closer.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, that punch. Anyway, that punch was really good. That punch was really good. That punch was really good.
So, what were the studios?
I was unable to find the new studios.
All right, don't worry about it. We're good. We can move on. What was the next talking point? What's it called? Or were we still talking about Dragon Ball Z? My fault.
No, I finished. I said my piece. I said my piece with it. That's my piece. That's my piece. I'm ending it there. That's the piece that I have to say about. Hold on. Hello? Can you hear me? Yo.
Do it again.
There we go. Here we go. There it is.
What the fuck did you just do?
I hit Control Shift Z to close out, or Control Shift T to open up a new, reopen the old tab, and it. I guess it's connected to voice mod, and that doesn't shit with it or whatever. But Mitch, you had a question for me, bro. What was your question?
Oh, you mean the one question? Yeah, because something we're gonna start doing, try to bring a lot more of, is more anime-based questions, just in general. To some of these segments. Mike said at the beginning of the stream, we're trying to make this more of like a set structure for you guys, so that way it can be its own separate thing. That way you guys can look forward to like Anime Bros on Tuesdays. We have a whole setup structure, so we're gonna try to come in with like more questions and have better news segments and just more things for you guys to enjoy. And this time this week I'm picking the question, and I had it. I was watching Overlord actually recently, and Overlord's premise is basically it's kind of like Sword Art Online, where a guy starts in a game and he ends up getting trapped in said game. And it brought me the question of if you could pick any three video games. At first I said one. If you can't think of any three, just go ahead and do with the one. But if you can think of any three video games, what would you to be spawned into, and you had to spend like at least 5 years in there? What three would you pick and why?
So would you, when you say any three, right?
Yeah.
And you say I had to spend 5 years in it. Yeah. If I pick a game that has a story structure, am I reliving that same story for the next 5 years? No.
So all right. So if you're playing a game with a story mode, and a preset story mode Once you finish that story mode, that's it.
What's
like the whole idea of,
that's
like,
it?
it's kind of like if you were to be transferred to Sword Art Online, if you beat all 100 floors, that's it.
Okay.
The only reason why I said like 5 years is because, like, you know, Sword Art Online, technically, the only reason why they got out when they did is because Kirito was able to find out that old boy was the fucking what's his name? The main antagonist of the series.
He was the
he found out like
of the he was creator of the Sword Art game, the original game.
Akihiko Kaiba. He found out that he was the main guy on like floor like 71. But if it wasn't for that, they probably wouldn't have got through that shit within like they probably would have been there for like a lot longer time. Probably a lot more
I think
years.
they were there for at least.
I think it was 3, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was a couple of years. I know it was long enough for him to have to be like put on like legitimate bed rest.
They were all put on life support.
How long?
I'm pretty sure it was 2 years.
Slim said I was being too fucking loud.
No, well, that's mean. Sorry, TT.
Let's see.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway, I don't see. If you want to, that's the Wrath.
I mean, we can just chop it up to they were for sure in there for a couple of years.
I know it was a couple of years. I just don't remember how many years, because I remember it being like they made it a point to like show you how many years it had been, how long they had been like in the actual like.
They talked about it a couple times.
The world or whatever, but yeah, no, that shit was nuts.
You wanted me to go first? I can.
That's fine. Yeah.
So the first one I got was actually a callback to a long time ago from our childhood. Remember the PC game Ragnarok?
Yes.
That's the first one that spawned in my head.
The world of Ragnarok? Yeah.
Because I always thought that shit. I think the fact that you can be any character, you can pick almost any design. You can be a kung fu guy, a swords master, a mage. I just think being able to choose through all the different like fields made that game a whole lot of fun. Yeah. And then there was so much to do in that game. I don't like that. There was so much to do in that game. Son of a bitch. I think this isn't disconnected at any point in time. There was so much to do in that game that I have so many fond memories of, like, you know, like the Christmas events and what's it called? Like there was, I don't know if there was Halloween events. I know for a fact there was a Christmas event, at least a Christmas themed town.
Because there was that fucking, what was the fucking, the evil ass fucking Santa. Yeah, the big ass bear Santa Claus. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That motherfucker was scared the dog shit out of us. And we just spent like, I know for a fact we probably spent a good year playing that game. That game was just so much fun, and it brought me such nostalgia when I thought about it. So that was definitely the first one I thought of. The second one I thought of was Final Fantasy 15. At first I was gonna say Dissidia, just so I can meet like fucking Cloud as well. Yeah, meeting Cloud and meeting.
Now, when you do this, like when you go into are you creating your own character, or is like you're taking the body of one of the characters?
You can create your own character, or you can take the body of your own. What's it called? One of the characters.
Okay, that's fair.
It's up to you when you go into that world.
Yeah.
You can like live out if you want to fucking hop into goddamn fucking. Oh, okay, that'll be all right. If it dies, it does. If you want to hop into fucking Cloud or Noctis' body, either one, you could fucking do that. And then, but yeah, no, I also really enjoyed that game. I always thought the flying car, that was one of the bigger reasons, because they had that flying ass car. Do you remember the flying cars you can have?
Did you beat that game?
I beat that game, and I played it after I beat that bitch, dude. I had so much fun playing that game.
I did not beat that game.
That's for sure my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time. I just think fucking the ability, and again, it's just the fact that you can throw your weapon and teleport over to it. I think that idea, along with quick steps, are so fucking dope.
No, Noctis was dope as a bitch, bro. Noctis was like a dope ass. I thought he was a really good MC. I thought he.
I mean, if I were to hop into 15, I would just choose to be Noctis. I wouldn't even create a new character. I would just choose to be Noctis.
Yeah.
Because his story arc is also really fucking good, and I really enjoyed watching that the entire time. So I wouldn't even hesitate. I would just play the story mode and have fun and beat the story, and then I would be able to come back to the real world. And then lastly, this is kind of a funny one. I said Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And the only reason why is because, one, I'd like to see how far I can get more. I'd like to see what my life is. I would like to see if I'm really about that action, okay? And the fact that I can just die and come back and spawn over again.
I mean, obviously you think you're about that action because you're,
Actually, that's cap. This wouldn't be that way. If I die once, that's it. It's just like
you're
normal
dead.
war.
Yeah, it's like real
But
war.
no, all right. So the main reason why I said Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is because they had the dude Spectre with the fucking cool ass, and that would be forever be my favorite guy.
Was that 3 or was that 4?
That was 3. They had characters in 4, but Spectre
was 3.
was in 3, and I only know that because that was the game where I really found out that I was that nigga at Call of Duty. Yeah, and I remember one day in a row, I went like 70-3 in a domination.
Yeah.
4 times in a row.
Jesus.
And I was using Spectre. Yeah, dude, I was using Spectre.
Jesus Christ. Because that's when they started getting like. Isn't that when they started getting like futuristic and like weird with their like tech and stuff like that? Yeah, because then they had like the
gravity hammers,
the disintegrating bombs. Oh, like, it's like through the ants or whatever, and it's like fucking eats you up, and it's turning into flames. Yeah, I remember.
There's a lot of cool. There's a lot of dope ass like character bases on that. But I would want to be Spectre if I would have hopped into that. I just like I like his character design. I want to see if I'm that nigga. Just turn to like fighting or shooting and everything like that. And yeah, so those would be my 3. Of course, there's always a bunch more that you can you pick from. Part of me was honorable mention was Horizon. Just because we recently played that shit. I thought that was like, if you can hop in.
We need to go back and finish that. I need to go back and finish that.
Honestly. But hopping in and being the main character for Horizon, what's her name again?
Aloy.
Aloy. Yeah. It's Aloy. No, it's Aloy. Hopping in being Aloy, I think would be dope as a bitch.
Aloy or Aloy?
Aloy, I think. I'm pretty sure it's Aloy.
Wait, okay. Hold on.
It might be pronounced. It might be spelled Aloy.
No.
It's pronounced Aloy.
But you're saying Aloy.
Yeah, Aloy. I think that's it.
Wait, say it again? Say it one more time.
Aloy.
You're fucking with me. You're saying Aloy. Or are you saying Aloy?
I'm saying Aloy.
Okay, there we go. All right, cool. I heard you. All right, cool. I just want to fucking make sure I heard you, right?
I was confused just now, dude. I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're hearing right now, dude. I'm saying this. I said the same
It sounded like you were saying Aloy, and you were trying to pass it off as Aloy.
Nah. Yeah, no. But I tried to when I made this list, you don't have to. I tried to steer away from like the anime games themselves.
Yeah.
You know,
because I thought that's a little bit cheap, right? I thought that's a little cheap.
Exactly.
I feel like you're just going into the anime world.
I want to hop into Sword Art Online. I could have just said that. So I tried to find games that weren't super anime based at first, and had their own like their main thing was the video game. And then
that's fair.
For example, Final Fantasy 15 started as I'm pretty sure it started as a video game, then turned into an anime. I could be wrong. I didn't do my research on that part.
No, 15 was a game first. It was
video game. Okay. Yeah.
The game was in development first, and then the anime came out.
Again, if you don't have 3, you don't have to pick 3 right now, because I did tell you 1 originally. But...
Shit, I mean, obviously Kingdom Hearts has to be one, right? Like, I feel like that's like an obvious choice.
Sure.
That's definitely an obvious choice.
That's definitely an obvious choice. And the fact that I didn't think of Kingdom Hearts is fucking wild. That's also probably because I haven't played Kingdom Hearts. I didn't even play 3. Yeah. I only ever played parts of 3 whenever I saw you playing.
3 is okay. 3 is... 3 with the DLC, like 3 with the Remind DLC, is a fun game and it's worth it, right? But 3 without,
isn't 4 coming out?
Yeah, they announced 4 earlier this year, sometime like.
I think I'm gonna. March or May. I think I might fucking do a speed run and play every last one.
Oof,
and try to like get all caught up. That's a lot of work.
It's funny how much muscle memory I have from Kingdom Hearts 1, just because like how much I played that game.
I get the dog shit out of it, dude.
I can beat the first 4, maybe 5 worlds without even really thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because you have, when you first get, so you have obviously you have Destiny Islands, then you go from Destiny Islands to Treasure Island, to Traverse Town. From Traverse Town, you can go to Coliseum. From Coliseum,
Hercules, or you don't really do
Coliseum, or what was it? What is it? Coliseum or the other one? What's the other one? Tarzan.
Is it Tarzan or was it Little Mermaid?
No, it's Tarzan. It's Tarzan. Okay. Little Mermaid's part of the second round, I believe. Little Mermaid's world was annoying as a bitch in both games. In both games.
Hell, just traveling around that world was a bitch.
Yeah.
Because you think you were going somewhere and it would just be a fucking dead end. And I'm like, yo,
really cool concept, but just really poorly executed.
Oh, absolutely, because that up and down feature is fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was like actually flying. I didn't enjoy that. But yeah, no, I would say Kingdom Hearts. That's probably one I would go with. I'll take your Final Fantasy a step further and go Final Fantasy 14 instead of Final Fantasy like.
Is that who's 14 with again?
So 14 is the MMO.
Okay.
14 is like the legit like choose your own adventure, make your own character, go out and live your own life.
Who is old girl with pink hair? Because that was my other one I was thinking
13, of. 13 gets a lot a shit, bro. But 13 was a lot of fun. 13 was a lot of fun.
I liked it. I don't think I ever finished 13. I also really enjoyed playing it when I did.
13 was hard as a bitch. It was also really hard.
Yeah,
it's also really hard.
15 for sure is my hand. I never played 14. And honestly, I didn't know it was an MMO.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, 14 is an MMO. That one's the one that's on PC. PC and PlayStation, I believe. I've heard that when you get like into it, like
it's fun.
I've heard that when you get into it, it's like really really fun. But like the problem is that you have to actually get into it. Like Chris, he's like hardcore into 14. Like he really enjoys 14. And it looks cool. Like it's like any MMO, man. Like all like those character announcement trailers that are like DLC and things like that all look dope as a bitch. But the problem is that when you go and play the game, it's an MMO, and so it's done in like the MMO style. And I'm personally not a big fan of like MMO combat. So so yeah, so what I said? I said Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy 14. If I had to pick one more,
Your DNF duel. Any combat games you'd want to be in? Hand-to-hand combat games?
I feel like Street Fighter would be fun, but I feel like Street Fighter would be like an honorable mention.
No, for sure. Because again, it's the same concept. It's like once you die, that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, Street Fighter, you don't really die. Like, you just get your ass kicked.
I mean, you can die for sure.
Nah, I feel like it's like more Mortal Kombat though.
But you can still die. They'd have to get knocked out, but it doesn't mean that motherfucker can't stomp your ass out. It's a real world at this point. They're not playing a video game. There's no fucking stop the fight. No, dude. They could most of these motherfuckers don't even meet in a ring. They meet on like the side of a hill or some shit like that.
That's in the middle of street fights.
That's not exactly. So that there's no rules. So they could definitely end that ass if they really wanted to.
Nah. I'll tell Vega to stop. I'll tell Vega to stop. Vega
your ass is knocked the fuck out.
Vega will be cool. He's cool. Vega's cool.
I didn't even think about that's why it's called Street Fighter, because you get it going in the middle of the street. I never even realized that.
Yeah. I don't think I have a third. At least I can't think of a third right now. The one that like the immediate one that's coming to me, like when you first asked the question, the first thing that came to my mind was maybe asked the story based question was Jedi Fallen Order. I was like Jedi Fallen, but I feel like that's another one of those like anime type deals.
Things work
where you're kind of like it's like
I would accept Fallen Order because that's not really canon.
No, Fallen Order's canon.
Oh, it's canon?
Yeah, Fallen Order's canon. They consider that canon.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, it's part of the canonical.
I haven't seen a movie on it.
Canonical story.
I haven't seen a movie on it. So.
I believe Cal's ship shows up somewhere.
Sorry,
in that final sequence.
That's just his ship, though.
In the greatest Star Wars movie of all time, Rise of Skywalker. I think so.
Wait,
it's either Cal ship or it's the Rebel ship. It's one of the two ships.
It's got to be a Rebel ship because there's no way Cal's around at that time. I don't think he is. At least.
How would he not be around? Obi-Wan's still around. No, he's not.
Obi-Wan's gone, and then
dead. I guess Cal would probably be dead.
He probably would be dead at this point because this is still when Vader was. This is when Vader was.
Because he was, Cal was running around when Vader was still like popping off.
So Vader popping off. Yeah, he was that nigga. And by Rise of Skywalker, Vader's dead.
Yeah.
So. I mean, you're right though. He could still be alive. He could just be living old age, living out somewhere in the boonies.
Man, I don't know.
Like Obi-Wan.
I don't know. I want to have a third, but I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what third that would be.
If you can't think of one right now, you ain't gotta force it. It is about to be at 7:00 anyway, so we can switch over into our next segment, being the news segment.
No, next one's review.
Review segment. Are we at the regular news?
Huh? No, we're doing news. Do news last.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because news we can be combined with reactions.
Okay. What
were you saying?
Did we talk about what we watched this week?
No, I figured that'd be last two. I feel like it'd be a part of the wrap up. Gotcha. What you're watching, what you plan on watching it towards the end of the week.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, that way it's more of a what you plan on watching as opposed to what you've already watched. It gives us time to actually go back and watch the show.
Go back and watch. Well, in that case, that was our question of the day.
Yeah, welcome to the question of the day.
If you guys want to put your top 3 not anime game, but video games you could be spawned into at any point in time, go ahead and put those in the chat below. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and put it in the comment section below as well. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and press that subscribe button, man. What are you getting into right now? Vinland Saga?
Mm-hmm. We can get to the meat and potatoes of the show. Vinland Saga, bro. We are on. So if you didn't know, everybody, each and every week, each and every Tuesday, right here on twitch.tv/regulargamingguys_. Me and Mitch get together to talk about all things we love about anime, as well as review one show that we're watching. And at this current moment in time, we are watching Vinland Saga. We're going to be reviewing episode 17. Nope. 16, 17, and 18. We'll be reviewing them, talking about them, and what we liked, what we didn't like, all that kind of stuff. So if you haven't watched them already, come back and hang out with us, or come back and pause this video, go watch them, come back and hang out with us, and let's do our thoughts and our opinions on them. And if you have watched them, let us know what you think of them here in just a second. Mitch.
Yes, sir.
Let's start this off with episode 16. Right. Episode 16 is History of the Beasts. The synopsis reads like this: Askeladd tells Thorfinn to guard Canute, and tortures a captive English captain seeking tortures a captured English captain seeking information. He's interrupted to be told that Thorkel is approaching. Fearing defeat, some of his men decide to desert and attempt to join Thorkel, who kills them when they arrive. Askeladd reaches the shallow upper of the Siren River and cuts the bridge short. However, Thorkel catches up with them. Many of Askeladd's men begin to doubt his ability as a leader and is faced with a full-scale mutiny. What did you think of episode 16? I thought this one was a little episode 16, 17, and 18, I thought were good episodes, but I felt like they were kind of fast paced compared to where we were coming from.
Oh, definitely, especially because the last 3 episodes, again, we talked about last week, fucking 13, 14, and 15 were low-key all build-up episodes. Granted, we knew coming into this, it being 24 episodes, we're going to have a couple slow-paced build episodes. Yeah. But things took the fuck off in these next 3 episodes. I was kind of surprised, not surprised, because they're Vikings that they decided to turn on Askeladd. Because they keep, one of the biggest things is that they were saying over and over again, we've been friends for years and yada yada yada. If that was really been your boy for years, why the hell do you feel like his luck's just all of a sudden running out? And why don't you just take his word for it? Yeah. And I know that they said their main reasoning behind it was that the last couple of times he's been wrong, or what he's been saying hasn't been coming true. But I mean, how are you going to turn? The dude's been right all this time, Everyone's going to have a bad luck of the roll. Just keep moving, Yeah. And if you're true warriors, right? Do you think someone, because they've seen Thorkel, they know Thorkel's a true warrior himself. Yeah. Why do you think you could just go over and surrender to someone who considers himself a true warrior when your original intent was to fight and you trying to go to Valhalla and all that stuff? Why do they think that was going to be okay in Thorkel's eyes? Yeah. I will say the scene. Oh, good. No, go ahead. The scene where he fucking comes through and rips up that first group of them, that was like, oh, we're staying behind, when he absolutely demolishes them motherfuckers. Oh, that was
yeah. That I'm kind of in the same boat, right? With, because the big thing with episode 16 is Askeladd kind of realizing that, his men have started to turn on him. And I thought it was interesting, the character that they picked, or the 2 characters that they picked to kind of lead the mutiny. I thought it was interesting that they picked them because I felt like they had tried so hard to kind of build up the fact that the 2 of them really trusted Askeladd. They really believed in what he was doing, right?
And all the mini cutscenes they had.
Yeah, all their own, because a lot of them had their own individual segments. Because you remember you have the one where they're talking with the talking with the priest. They had the other one where they're talking with Thorfinn. I think I think they're some of the guys that are initially talking to Thorfinn when Thorfinn first joins the group, right? And you even have the one where they talk about who who Thorfinn, or not who Thorfinn was, but I guess who Thorfinn was to that group, right? When they first go to the when they come back for that holiday, right? When they go back to their hometown and they come back for the holiday or whatever. So I thought it was really interesting and I thought it was weird that they were the ones that were responsible for pretty much starting the mutiny. And then I also didn't really like the fact that almost none of his men kind of had his back. Yeah. I thought it was strange, like you were saying, right? Like, we've been with this dude for how long? Obviously years for this point. At this point, yeah, for years. And the second his luck starts to turn sour, all of a sudden we're dropping him like a bad habit.
You're acting like he can't even battle still.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, and that was the other thing, right? Like, not only that, but they know who he is as far as a warrior is.
He can get busy, bro.
Yeah.
Why did y'all just? I know Thorkell's a scary. That nigga is 6'5", pure muscle, 300 pounds, and it's a scary dude. But Thorkell's not no bitch either, or not Thorkell, but Askeladd's not no bitch either. Yeah, he's not super big, but he can handle. He's definitely not.
It's like he was saying during the fight, right? Like, he's older, right? He's an older person, older gentleman, but. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I thought it was weird that they immediately turned on him, almost immediately turned on him, out of fear of. Yeah,
because at first they were all, before they left the town that they were in, they were he's like, you can stay here and stay with Thorkell, or you can come with me, and they are like, all right, we're gonna go with you, and they get to the bridge, and they're like, all of a sudden he's cut the bridge down because the water's not that deep. You're like, all of a sudden you're gonna turn on him for that?
Yeah,
that's what's setting you over, dude.
Well, I guess it was because they were I can kind of see their feelings, their faults, right? Or not the faults, but the reasons why they kind of stopped. I can kind of see it, but I still don't feel like it's enough for. I feel like if this group has been together as long as this group has seemed like it's been together, then a couple of missteps
are gonna happen.
Not even are gonna happen. They shouldn't be the reason why this whole entire group falls apart.
Facts. And they're not and these aren't major missteps. It's not crazy major missteps. It's just
Thorkell coming after you is a pretty big misstep, but
that's not really a misstep though. He can't really. Thorkell or actually had no part in that. Because the only reason why they found out where they were is because that little girl that got away, but no one saw that little girl. That's not on anybody. That can't be on Askeladd.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pin that on him. That's just an unfortunate mishap that happened. That's why I said for you guys to turn on him.
Well, I mean, the only reason. The only reason why they're wrapped up in this in the first place is because Askeladd was like, "Yo, let's go get the prince.
The prince. Yeah.
I want the prince. Let's use the prince."
I mean, that's true, but nigga, they knew what they signed up for.
And then if you're wasn't really telling anybody his plan.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
But again, I feel like Askeladd has been doing this his entire time.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Time
they know what he's about. Yeah. They knew what he's about from rip. You should know capturing the prince is going to lead up to a lot of fucking heat on you.
Yeah.
And then once he gets there, you guys are going to bitch out after being fucking shooting at your warriors every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Y'all bitch up real quick when you see a group of other people trying to fight. What's up? They were about that action this entire fucking series. And then Thorkell shows up and they all bitch out real fast.
I mean, this man was also throwing
That nigga was doing some wild. He did throw a spear through four niggas. He threw a spear through four niggas.
It was episode 17 where I audibly yelled, "Thorkell is that nigga." Because when Thorfinn is riding up on him and he punches the shit out of the fucking horse, bro. I was like, yo, what the fuck did that horse... First of all, what the fuck did the horse do to you, all right?
Type of grown-ass man punches a horse right in the shit. Secondly, these
bro, not only fucking caved his shit in, bro.
And he lifted all 4 feet off the ground, Mike. And my thing is that Thorkell is not a human. You can't tell me...
Hell no.
You can't tell me he's human. I don't care what you say. I don't care, because there was no Vikings back in the day that were doing that, because that for sure would have been the history books.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Someone would have told us about that by now. We would have known of the nigga who was throwing a fucking spear through 4 individuals. The level of that scene reminded me of Seven Deadly Sins when Meliodas catches the goddamn spear that Gilthunder threw at him and turns around and throws it back. He pulls it back. That's the type of shit I thought of. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that's they have superpowers in that show.
Yeah.
You don't. You're a normal ass. You're supposed to be a normal ass human. No. That nigga is not human.
fuck. I lost. I was gonna ask you. I was gonna compare two characters. I was gonna compare Thorkel to somebody else, but I lost who it was. I was gonna say yeah, I lost who it was. No, episode 16 was, you know, definitely one that I was really left me questioning, and I was like really questioning like what the fuck is going on.
That was one time, where like the storyline, I was like, I'm not really a big fan of this.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of
it
what's
doesn't
happening.
make sense why they're turning so fast.
Yeah,
I will agree with that.
and like how fast it happened, why it happened like that, and yeah, it was strange. But it does begin to start like that's the beginning of the fight. No, that's just the fight with Askeladd.
No, that's just the fight with Askeladd.
Yeah, it's the fight with Askeladd or whatever. Another thing, so like I guess another thing that I kind of wanted from this episode, or I guess I kind of wanted from all 3 episodes, right, was I wanted a little, like we got a decent amount of action in the episodes, but I did kind of want a little bit more. I felt like we did a lot of changing of planes of action, if that makes sense.
I got enough for what it's worth. I agree with you on that. If it wasn't for episode 18. Because episode 18 kind of satisfied my need for like fights, and
I just want to see Askeladd get busy.
Okay, no, I agree with that.
Right?
They definitely cut, because how they did is they cut away and cut back to him fighting people
every single time.
Yeah,
every single time. And I was like,
when he splits homie in 2, was that episode 17?
No, that was 17. That was 7. No, that was 16. That was 16. No, that was 16.
That was 16. You sure?
That's 16. Yeah. Because 17 is when Thorkel shows up.
Okay. Yeah, but he shows up. So Askeladd gets laid down pretty much in episode 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, him splitting homie in half. I was like, that is
this is
fucking
insane, bro. The amount of force that they have to be swinging these both like the swords, but they have to be swinging these axes, bro. Like they are just chopping motherfuckers up, bro. They are chopping motherfuckers up. This shit is crazy.
Human body like that and just one-handed.
Be cool. Yeah. Just be okay. Not even just to be cool. Be okay. Be 100% okay.
Yeah, like you're not sweating after it at all. That's insane strength.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I do agree. I wish Askeladd got a little bit more busy. So they definitely did cut the horse scene with Thorfinn and
Bjorn.
Bjorn, thank you. Yeah, Bjorn running away, and they cut back, and then they just cut back to Askeladd.
I do like the part with Bjorn. I like the part with Bjorn where they're running up on him or whatever. Or I think this is episode. I think it's episode 17. But they're like,
don't kill the horse.
He's like, chill, don't kill the horse, bro. Don't kill the horse, not the horses, bro. And not even on some like, you're gonna fuck up the cart, but on some like, like the horses have nothing to do with this, bro. Like,
that's I don't know if that was his vibe, but that's the vibe I got. I was like, bro, is he worried about the horse's health? Yeah. I feel like he's friends with this horse. He doesn't want this horse to die.
Oh man. Nah, episode 16 was all right. Like I said, I wanted more of the Askeladd fight. I don't like the whole his men turning on him kind of deal. I understand that it kind of has to happen for like plot purposes or whatever, because it kind of, in doing so, we kind of weed out the soft people or whatever. I thought it was the Avalon part, not Avalon, but the part with I think is the next episode. Yeah, I think it's the next episode. I think we've been kind of conflating, or not conflating, but mixing 16 and 17.
I think so. I'm pretty sure we have, but it's all good.
But anyway, moving on to episode 16. Episode 16 is called The Servant. 17, excuse me. Moving on to episode 17 is called The Servant. Threatened by a mutiny, Askeladd recalls his feeding his sickly mother while she told him about the ancestor, their ancestor, King Artorius, who was recovering from his battle wounds in Avalon, a heaven-like place where he would return to save their people from their suffering. Askeladd informs his men of his secret hatred of Danes and immediately lashes out and kills 2 of them. Bjorn takes off in the sled with Thorfinn, Canute, and the drunken priest, with 10 men in pursuit, leaving Askeladd to face the rest of his former loyal followers. The men chasing the sled successfully crash it and capture the prince, while Thorfinn steals one of their horses and rides back to prevent anyone else from killing Askeladd before he can extract his own revenge. Meanwhile, Askeladd slays many of his former comrades, but is incapacitated by a volley of arrows. Thorkel then arrives and gives Askeladd's men an opportunity to die fighting. Suddenly, Thorfinn storms in and challenges Thorkel to a fucking duel.
That's it. Thorkel rocking up, being like, "Nah, nigga, y'all dying right now. Like, y'all pick up them. You ain't going out like no bitches either. Pick them swords up.
Oh yeah, bro.
Let's get it going,
bro. He was like, everybody save. He said, everybody save Ascalon. You know, like they're free game. They're free game.
Kill everyone else. Were his exact words.
Everyone else is good.
Words.
Yeah, everyone else.
Scared out of him. Fucking scared out of it. Especially after
it went like, oh boy, shit his pants.
Yeah. He's like, we're purposely giving back the fucking prince. He's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm taking the prince and your lives.
Yeah, I'm getting both because I know I can get both. But this is what y'all. But then he like calls them out too. He calls them out on their shit. He's like, yo, this is what you're about, right? Like you wanted to go to Valhalla.
About As episode. That's why I was pissed off. I was like, how the fuck are you guys gonna be about that shit when it's time to be about that shit? You're fucking scared.
Yeah.
I get Thorkel's that big ass dude, and I would be scared if I saw a nigga walking around throwing legitimate lumber. Entire trees at niggas.
Entire tree trunks.
I would be entire tree trunks.
Tree trunks and boulders, Mitchell. Tree trunks and boulders. Things that you usually use a catapult for.
I would be absolutely fucking terrified myself for sure.
Hell yeah.
But you still can't be like, oh, you about that action and then get fucking scared all of a sudden, dude, if you're going to be claiming yourself to be a true warrior.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the last 3 minutes of the talk we had of episode 16 definitely all belong to fucking episode 17.
Episode 17? Yeah, nah.
But still, all the points still stand. You know, I wish we got a little bit more of Ascalon, because, I mean, he did fuck him up a little bit, and that he was like, I hated you, Danes. That scene, I was like, yo, I was expecting him after he said, I hated you, Danes, and he cut their necks off to, like, go fucking stupid.
Oh yeah, no, I was expecting some like Levi type shit. I was expecting some like Levi against the Beast Titan type,
I'm talking like
crazy wild shit.
Off,
yeah,
throwing the sword and fucking somehow the sword comes back from like a goddamn boomerang. I don't know how I was expecting that, bro. But that's the type of shit I was thinking that was about to happen.
Yeah, I did think it was like for a couple of seconds, I'm not gonna hold you. I did think what I told you last week or a couple weeks ago was gonna happen. I actually thought Ascalon was gonna die in this episode.
Yeah,
I didn't think Thorkel. I didn't think Thorkel. Not only did I not think Thorkel was gonna show up.
Ascalon is making it to the end of season 1. I know he's gonna make it to the end of season 1. There's no way he doesn't. I think he makes it to the end of season 1. I don't know if he's got to be the one to kill him, especially after watching this entire episode.
Yeah.
Or this entire this set right here. Thorfinn's for sure gonna be the one to kill him. There's no way that doesn't happen. And I'm really confused in the relationship because I'm like, yo, does he care about Thor? I feel like he kind of cares about Ascalon a little bit, or is it like really like just?
I think it's one of those. I think it's Stockholm syndrome. I think part of it
that's fair.
Part of it he does. Like he doesn't want to kill him. Like I'm not saying he doesn't want to kill him. I think he definitely wants to kill Thorfinn. But I also think that it's kind of Stockholm syndrome and the fact that like, you know, essentially Thorfinn has become Ascalon's like surrogate son.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, you're not really his son, but kind of like his son, like, you know, and treating him like teaching him the lessons and giving him his own place among the men and stuff like that. And, you know, trusting him with like jobs and, you know, everything. Mm-hmm. I think he still understands that like Thorfinn wants to kill him, and he still understands why Thorfinn wants to kill him. But like, I think both of them kind of have a mutual.
On his Sasuke shit, bro.
No, 100%. He definitely was when he ran after him, bro. He's like, yo, ain't nobody gonna fucking kill him but me.
Ain't nobody
gonna fucking kill him but me.
That's my prey, nigga.
This was the episode. Was this the episode with the beginning of the duel, or was this was the next one the beginning
of the duel? No, so episode 17 is the beginning of the duel between Thorfinn and Thorkel, if I'm not mistaken.
Which was the fight that we've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Which was the fight that we were waiting for.
The beginning of it, because they start talking about this is where Thorfinn finally finds out that Thorkel knows his father.
Yeah.
And he's like, if you entertain me enough, I'll tell you more about your dad.
Yeah.
He's like, I can entertain you plenty. And then this is also at the beginning where Thorkel kills one of his men for laughing at Thorfinn, because Thorfinn was talking about some I can't remember what the fuck he said.
He said he was gonna kill him. He told him he was gonna kill him. He said I was gonna kill you. Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone started laughing, and that nigga Thorkel was like slammed his not even the fucking actual part of the axe.
No, it was the blunt part of the axe, bro. It was the fucking
part, and caved his fucking head in. Caved his fucking and said, "Don't laugh at him."
My man, shit. He said, "I respect him."
That nigga is dead now.
I respect him.
That nigga is everybody else. I'd be so mad. Everybody else was laughing too, fam. and that nigga died. He's the only
He's
one who
close
died.
to one, bro. He's close to one, dog. He shouldn't have been there.
It's crazy.
He should have been there.
No, it's crazy because like, bro felt so comfortable with laughing because everybody else was laughing, and then he just fucking shut your ass up.
He's taking too far, bro. He called him a loser. Didn't he call him like a loser or something like that?
Oh, he did actually. Okay,
Like a runt or something like that. Like you're not gonna win, you fucking run or something like some shit like that or whatever.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and he bopped him in the fucking head, bopped him in his dome piece, took him out.
But yeah, so I think everything we talked about pretty much in episode at the end of the last 2 minutes of episode 16 was what? I enjoyed this episode, and the horse punch was fucking crazy because I was in this episode. Him eating the horse is fucking insane. I don't think we get to really see much of Bjorn fighting the 10 men that went to get the prince.
No, the Bjorn fight's next. The next episode.
18.
Yeah, the next episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because the prince is still like awake or whatever.
Yeah, I think what though.
Fuck, I had something to say about Ascalon and his mom. Oh, parents be fucking up kids' life.
Oh, absolutely.
Parents be fucking up kids' life, bro. Mm-hmm. Like that was because the part where his mom is like, you have to survive in order to see his return. In order for this man did not want to become the warrior that he is. As a child, didn't want to become the warrior that he is. But his deathly, sickly mother. Mm-hmm. Telling him on her deathbed that she wants him to stay alive, to be a warrior, and to see this man return.
Gotta fight for the glory of fucking King, whatever his name was.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, his life was set in stone at that point. You know.
Yeah, bro. Like, what the fuck? Man had no opportunity to do anything with his life, bro.
That nigga no longer had any say in what he was doing. Hey,
I was like, yo. I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, yo, parents fuck up. They just fuck up kids' life, man. They just fuck up kids' life.
Parents be like that sometimes, dude. It happens.
They be writing checks, bro. They be writing checks.
They be writing checks with their kids' bodies have the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I thought
same thing I do with my kid. That nigga's going to the league. I don't care.
Same thing I do with my kid.
Going to the league, bro. He ain't gonna be a warrior on the baseball field. I know that. He going to the league.
Let me see. Yeah, that was kind of the end. That's the end of episode 17. 17 was, it was good. It wasn't a bad episode. Definitely.
It wasn't bad. It definitely. Like I said, I think these last three were. Episode 18 was for sure my favorite episode so far of the series. 17 wasn't. It was. I wouldn't say it's better than my other. I can't remember what episode we've watched so many at this point. I can't remember which one it was. But it definitely was. I would say it's upper 75%.
Was it Battle of the London Bridge?
It might have been. Yeah, because that's when he fights. What's his name too?
Thorkel, yeah, that's when he fights Thorkel.
That and I think episode 5 when you see, or episode 4 when you see Thor's whooping that ass across the board.
Number 3.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, that's number 4. It is number 4. It is number 4.
He dies in episode 5, right?
Yeah. No, he dies. He dies on episode 4. He dies in episode 4.
Okay.
Yeah, he dies.
Yeah, so episode 4. So it's not better than episode 4, but it's not like nearly nowhere near the bottom. So I'd say top 75%.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we are obviously we're halfway through this season, right?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say I think the intro is really starting to grow on me.
All right, the new intro.
Yeah, the new intro is kind of starting to grow on me, bro.
It's growing on me too. Because and I was sick of that shit while I was watching. I was like, "There's no way this I'm turning into it." Because I watched it all 3 times. I was like, "There's no way I'm turning into this."
On my way back, so when I went to the gym yesterday, and I ended up having to go. I went by myself in the morning or whatever because I wasn't able to meet up with Tonio or whatever, but I went yesterday, and when I was in there, I was listening to anime music, to kind of keep me going or whatever.
Let's call anime openings.
As I was leaving or as I was heading home, the intro started playing in the car. You better fucking bet your bottom dollar I fucking restarted that song at least 3 times. I took 2 extra turns that I didn't have to take so I could hear that song like 2 more times. This shit's actually kind of bumping. I'm kind of starting to vibe with it. I'm really starting to like it.
I definitely like it. The actual animation for the opening is pretty dope.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. We get to see the part with what's his name, Bjorn fucking just
slamming that nigga into the fucking the sleigh.
The tree, bro. Whatever the fuck it was, bro. Oh my god, man! I could not imagine being a warrior in this world.
You know how painful that shit gotta
I
be?
cannot imagine being, because it's weird, right? Because it's like they're not exactly superhuman, but it's not.
No,
they're not exactly like
niggas are. I don't care what
they're not
you
exactly
say.
like regular people.
Thorkel and Thors are superhumans.
Nah, man, they just know what it means to be a warrior, bro. They know what it means to be a warrior.
Fuck that, nigga. No, that's not what that means. This nigga threw into, what did you say earlier? It takes entire catapults to launch those big ass rocks.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's doing that shit with one hand.
With one hand. Yeah, he's asking guys to bring it. He's asking guys to bring it over to him, and then he just picks up and throws it.
He's holding it with like both, but he's actually throwing it with just the one hand.
Yeah. No, he's strong. He's strong guy.
Entire tree.
Powerful man. Powerful man. I'm proud of him.
Crazy.
Yeah, proud of him. Then we get to like the real, like probably the best episode out of these three. Not probably, it is like I think the best episode, and also the most complicated.
Yeah, for sure.
Most complicated of the three.
This was the most poetic episode so far.
Yeah.
There's a lot of poetry in this episode. I really enjoy, and I don't think, because again, I mean, I started watching for plot lines more. This is the first time where I've ever watched it, and I actually can like notice some of the actual poetry that some of these shows have, like a show will have to offer.
Yeah.
And like I enjoyed like hearing the explanation, and it kind of brought a new look in my life, you know?
Oh, 100%.
About like what love and death is and everything like that. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking.
It is a really fascinating concept, right? Because for episode 18, Out of the Cradle, this episode 18, Out of the Cradle that we're talking about, the synopsis goes like this. I'll explain what I was saying here in a second. Thorfinn duels with Thorkel to decide the fate of Askeladd. Of course, what happens is Thorfinn shows up. Askeladd's about to die. Thorkel has already sent his men to kill everybody, all of Askeladd's other men that decided to not disband, but rebel. Yeah, there you go, mutiny. And when Thorfinn shows up, he's like, nobody can kill him. Thorkel's like, well, if you want him, you got to fight me for him, and then you can, whoever wins this duel, you can take him back or whatever. Anyway, meanwhile, Canute lies in the snow and daydreams about Ragnar, who apologizes for raising him as a son instead of a prince, and bids farewell. After awakening from his relief, I guess, I don't know. Canute has an epiphany while talking to the priest, who talks about the differences between love and discrimination. And this is where we were talking about before, right? With the idea in the show, for those of you that are, everybody at home or whatever. But the idea is that, Ragnar is talking to, Ragnar talks to Canute through a dream. Obviously, he's not really alive. And, when Canute wakes up, he's talking to the priest, and the priest explains to him that, nobody really knows, because this whole time they've had that through line where they're talking about what is love, like what does it mean to love something, right? Several times for the series. And if you remember the two guys that start the mutiny, they have the conversations about, well, we're brothers, we love each other, right? Like, and the priest is like, that's not love. And then they're like, well, you're drinking booze that much, you would choose booze over everything, right? Like, that's got to be love. And the priest is like, no, that's not love. And so there's been this theme of trying to figure out what is actual love in the eyes of,
everything, pretty much.
Yeah, the world.
For life. Yeah, dude.
And his epiphany that Canute had, or the epiphany that Canute has, thanks to the priest, is the idea that love is indiscriminate. In order to truly be a loving person, you have to be indiscriminate.
And that's one of the things that I really fucked me up mentally. I was like, that's not incorrect. If you love someone, you are you're technically discriminating against someone else.
Yeah.
And that, that's kind of like fucking like devil's advocate kind of like explanation per se. But if you break it down like that, it can be seen. I can definitely see the argument for like, when you love someone so much, you are discriminating against other people because of your love for that person. And I really enjoy that explanation of it, and it kind of just opened my eyes a little bit. So continue what you're saying.
No, I think it's a really interesting twist on it, right? I think it's a really interesting that, in order to love something, in order to be a loving person, you have to be able to give your all or give everything to, either everyone or at least everyone around you, everyone that you impact, regardless of how you feel about them, regardless about who they are, regardless of whether or not you know them, regardless of what they are, where they come from, etc. In order for you to be considered, a truly loving person, that's what it means to love. And, Yeah, no, I have to wholeheartedly agree with you that like that idea was like not mind blowing, but like it was
it was
interesting take. It was an interesting take on the idea of what love means.
Yeah, because I've never thought of it like that.
It's also kind of sweet that not sweet, but it's also like cool in seeing how Ganut is taking that and translating that and realizing that
finally picking his shit up. I really enjoyed seeing that moment where he finally got his shit together. Because I was tired of him being a little whiny. I knew it was gonna happen eventually.
Yeah,
I was tired of seeing him being a little whiny bitch. I was ready for him to go toe to toe with Bjorn. I was ready for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. When Bjorn was charging at him, because Bjorn eats the mushroom, that's why he gets fucking powerful as shit.
Yeah.
But he's still eating the mushroom makes him lose sense of everyone around him, and he'll attack his own people. He doesn't give a fuck. And I for sure thought Bjorn was about to go toe to toe with or not toe to toe with. I thought fucking the Prince Canute was about to go toe to toe with Bjorn.
Yeah.
I was like, he definitely walked over to him like he was about to like run some shit, and he just touched his face. That part, I was like, kind of ass. That was my one beef with this episode. I was like, I wanted to see him like pull his sword out. Like, yo, what's up with you right now?
Well, I understood, right? Because like his whole point was like, what are they really fighting for? Like, what is the point of all this fight?
Kind of what Thor's telling Thor to. Kind of something like that. Yeah.
Like, why is all this happening? Like, no one is truly your enemy. No one really, none of us are really enemies at the end of the day. We're all just people that are all just trying to make our life happen, right? And why do we have to go through all this senseless killing? And so, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little hoping that we may see some action from Ganut. In that fight.
I didn't need,
but I didn't really expect it because of who his character is and where he came from, as far as like his raising by Ragnar.
I think that's why I was hopeful for it. I was more so. I was gonna say I was expecting. I was hopeful that nigga was gonna finish because he had a sword on him.
Yeah,
I was hopeful he was gonna whip that bitch out and like maybe get busy for like 2 seconds.
I do like how this motherfucker has like his own like conqueror's hockey type deal. Where he just looks at motherfuckers and everybody's just like, oh shit, this man needs fucking business now. Which I think is funny because it's like, how do you put that off? How do you give that aura? You know what I mean? Yeah, how do you give that vibe off?
No, you gotta ask Canute, nigga. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't get tough ass vibe to give off. Okay, this is also the episode where we see Thorfinn and fucking Thorkel fighting again.
They're really getting busy. Yeah.
This is when they really get after it. And that was a really good fight scene. Again, this nigga Thorkel's not human, Mike. He kicked Thorfinn at the height of birds.
Well, that was Thorfinn's also. He went to go kick him, and then Thorfinn just jumped off.
Yeah, but the nigga Thorfinn's not human for either. Then nigga, that's my point.
I mean, yeah. No, you're not completely wrong.
That nigga was above the trees, bro.
Yeah.
These niggas are not human.
And like flew away. Yeah.
Yeah, these niggas are not human, bro. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's kind of the end of it. Yeah, then we go back. Yeah, because then we go back to the duel with Thorkel and Thorfinn and everything, and then that's where that ends or whatever.
Him being kicked away. Yeah, he gets kicked away, and that pretty much ends the episode.
Yeah, and then the episode's over, and so we'll be back. All in all, let's finish this first here. All in all,
yeah,
solid 3 episodes.
I would give these 3 episodes 2 thumbs up.
I would have to do the same thing. I'd give them 2 thumbs up as well. 17, 18, or 16, 17, and 18, all thumbs up over here from the regular anime bros. I think that this has me super excited for the rest of the show, the rest of the season. I'm interested to see where we go from here. Do you understand the plot line, the through line of Swain trying to kill his son?
Do I understand? What do you mean? Do I understand it?
Like, do you get why he wants to kill his son?
Because he wants to kill his son because he doesn't feel like he realized that within the city itself, more people want his other son to be the hero.
Yeah.
Fucking Canut's such a bitch before this. He goes out and hangs out with these people.
Yeah.
Bitch. He sticks in the house all the time. He doesn't think that he can actually lead, so he's gonna let them niggas handle it out. They're gonna fight. One of them was gonna die somehow. So
Is Canute the older one?
No, Canute's younger, I think, too.
See, that's what I was confused about, because like it would make sense if he was the older brother. Yeah, because then he's definitely next in line, but
no, he's younger. I don't understand that portion of it, but everything else makes sense. I don't understand like the lineage and how that matters, but yeah.
Well, 16, 17, and 18, all really good episodes, really fun. Excited to see what happens the rest of the season. We've got 3 more weeks? 18, 19, 20.
No, we got 2 more weeks.
Oh, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, 2 more weeks and we'll be good. We'll be wrapped up, man. It's coming up to we're coming to a head at this very moment in time. Of course, next week we'll be watching 19, 20, and 21 United Front, Crown, and Reunion. So definitely come back, hang out with us, and listen to us talk about this in preparation for the new season of Vinland Saga. Last segment, Mitchell, of this new little thing that we're doing. We're calling it To Weeb or Not To Weeb. We're gonna take, me and Mitch are gonna take well, normally what we would do is we would take 8 stories in total, and we would decide whether or not we're going to talk about them, or not talk about them, but decide whether we're going to weeb out about them, or if we're just going to let them pass. You know, we're going to be like, oh, that's cool, idea, and yeah, so there we go. This week we only have 4 at the moment, unfortunately. But the 4 that we got are all pretty good. Well, I technically have 5, because I have a couple. I have one that I thought was interesting. This one right here, Dragon Ball Z Fighters is getting a PS5, Xbox Series X version with rollback netcode. Mitch, rollback netcode is it is a way to make fighting games better.
Okay.
It kind of puts you guys like on an even playing field if you're playing online. It helps with I forgot exactly what the science is behind it, but somebody behind me, somebody smarter than me knows what the science is, right? It tries to make your gameplay feel as smooth as possible, to the point where I believe sometimes it's kind of like what Demon Slayer does, where if we kind of get disconnected, you kind of end up fighting your own person, but not really like that, if that makes sense. Yeah, like I said, somebody smarter than me knows that's coming, or what that means. But I figured I'd throw it up in here because I figure it's interesting news. It'd give me a reason to go back to Fighters. That's coming to PS5. It's notably just coming to PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, and the PC version in the future. I always hate how they say PC version in the future, now that I do a lot of like PC gaming or whatever, because it's like, damn, bro, like just put this shit on PC also, bro.
Wow, fuck y'all.
Before y'all was putting everything on PC. Now y'all don't want to put anything on PC. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck PC.
Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. This next one, Mitch, you want to talk about it or not? Ranking the Kings is getting a special episode in 2023.
This is yours then. I did not know that.
Yeah.
You ain't got to weave out about this because I really don't give a fuck about Ranking the Kings.
Ranking the Kings. Getting a special episode 2023. That's all you need to know about it. Cool. Rising a Shield Hero season 3 gets a teaser visual and is officially announced. Mitch, you're going through Rising a Shield Hero right now. What are your thoughts about? You finished season 1 already, or you finished
season 1? I haven't started season 2 yet because after season 1, because of what I told you about like Rising a Shield Hero. Because again, it wasn't a bad anime, but it was a lot of rinse and repeat in terms of how he was fighting people.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch season 2 because my other reason why I haven't started season 2 yet is because of the fact that they have not they didn't finish it yet. But now they're done. So I'm gonna go back and finish watching it. If I'm not mistaken, they're done. Because when I was watching it, they're like episode 19. If I'm not mistaken, I could be. But yeah. So I really didn't give a fuck about seeing season 2 as fast as possible because the fact that season 1 was so lackluster. Because what ends up happening in the show, pretty much, is main character has this thing called a curse shield, pretty much. And I mean, I'm pretty sure people have heard talking about it before. But what happens is when he activates the curse shield, as a curse shield would do, it takes over his body. And basically, whenever he fights the main boss, he would like, oh, I'm just taking over our body. And like his side characters would come in and they would support him and be like, oh, don't do that. And he would come back to reality and he would find a way to win. And it did that like 4 times in a row. That really just like fucked me up. I was like, all right, bro, I get the curse shield is not the way to go. Can we like either give him a cooler power with the curse shield or like, because it doesn't really do anything for him. I mean, he can trap people away with it, but there's nothing like really dope with like the curse shield itself.
That he's actually doing with the actual shield itself. Yeah, it's kind of just
pointless shield. But he doesn't get like increased speed or like more power when he punches. It's nothing for real. It's just like he can now do like 2 more attacks. But at the same time, he's also a shield hero, and that's one thing that like is kind of blowing me about this series. Cause I'm like, yo, he's just a shield hero.
He's a hero that is legitimately just using his shield.
They don't want to give him anything else. I'm like, bro, can you just give him like a little bit of power, just something else? I mean, because the shield itself is pretty dope because he's strong. He's strong defensively, but same time it's kind of like.
So what do these fights look like then, mostly, man? Like, is it like? I'm assuming like the animated. Excuse me. I'm assuming that like his support team must be making up like the.
They make majority of the fights. So he has like 2 main people who help him out, and then 1 girl that comes out, the princess who helps out from time to time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what he'll do is pretty much when he fights someone, he'll go in, he'll block them, he'll throw them off their guard by blocking them. Or like they'll try to attack, he'll block, and they fucking parry. Pretty much a parry. He parries pretty much. He's a parry.
Okay.
Guy.
He pretty much gets the opening for the his teammates or whatever.
Yep, that's pretty much all he does.
That kind of blows.
Yeah, he has a couple techniques where like he has like something called a shield prison where he can trap you in a little ball. But if you're strong enough, you can break out of it. When he uses the curse ability, he's had two pretty cool like when he gets the curse shield.
Yeah.
One is pretty much where he captures you in like a bayonet. What's that shit called?
I don't know. Definitely not a bayonet.
A coffin with needles, pretty much. And the one that closes.
A jail?
No, a coffin with like it's like
the coffin that has the nails, the bed of nails inside of it.
Yeah, and it closes it.
Got you.
Pretty much.
Sarcophagus.
Yeah, he has that ability, and then he also has some other like blood demon art kind of thing, for lack of better words. Where pretty much he sacrifices his own life energy, and this fucking snake dragon thing comes up and eats you. But he pretty much kills him in the process. So it's like OP, but they almost dies in the process.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 techniques that he really fucking has. Outside that, it's just fucking nothing but parrying. And then the techniques that everyone else has the same fucking thing. It just kept being meteor shield or meteor strike or meteor slash, meteor arrow, meteor spear, and then meteor shield. It's just that being used over and over and over. Is it an
isekai or is it just the?
It's not really an isekai. I mean, I don't know if you consider it an isekai because he doesn't die.
He didn't die in the beginning. He just got reincarnated.
He doesn't. He just gets summoned. He doesn't get reincarnated. He opens a book. He's like, he's reading the book, and it's called like the Shield. I think it's like the 4 heroes or something like that.
Okay.
And in the book, you can see the Shield, the sword hero, spear hero, the arrow or the boat hero, and then you see
this motherfucker picked the shield hero.
Yeah, well, he didn't pick the shield hero. The shield hero portion was empty. It picked him.
Okay.
And he was like, "There's nothing here for that." I was like, "Why the fuck was this book created with nothing for this guy?" And then when he says that, pretty much it just sucks him into the book.
Sucks him in. How many episodes?
I think 24. First season's 24 episodes. Yeah.
That's a bit of a commitment. Commitment.
Not a bit of. It is a commitment.
So that was like a 2-season show then. Like that was a show that did like a spring and a summer season then. Would have to have been.
Pretty sure. I'm gonna double check real quick. Make sure
it went through the spring of the season, spring of the summer, or whatever.
Make sure I'm not fibbing on their name right now.
No, that was. Let's see.
Pretty sure it's 24 episodes.
Yeah, 25.
Yep, 25 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, 25. Yeah. Rising Shield Hero.
I mean, the animation for itself isn't bad. You
said it's good.
Okay. Yeah, the animation for it isn't bad. I enjoyed it, but it's just a lot of rinse and repeat, man. To be honest.
Do you plan on watching season 2 anytime soon, or are you gonna kind of?
No, I will, because season 3 coming. Because I saw the news about season 3 coming out, so I'm gonna give it a watch. Because clearly fans are liking it, so I was like, maybe season 2 has something crazy.
Maybe I'm just being weird. Maybe I'm just something's up with me.
Yeah.
But Rising Shield Hero, we choose to accept the weeb, and we're gonna weeb out about it. Season 3's got a teaser. Got a teaser visual. This is the visual. We had it on screen right there. Everybody get excited for Rising of Shield Hero. Next one, Tower of God season 2 is officially coming out. And it also has a new freaking trailer. This, of course, Tower of God is another one that I have to watch. It's on Crunchyroll as well. I started like the first 2 episodes, I think. I never went back and actually finished. Do you remember how many episodes is in Mitch?
I want to say 24 as well.
Man, what the fuck is up with these places doing 24 episodes?
Yeah,
13. It's only 13 episodes. That's not bad.
Okay. It's not
And
bad.
we got English dub over here already too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can definitely I can pound that out.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I'm very excited for this actually because the end of season 1 is what got me really excited for season 2.
Yeah.
Because it ends with pretty much you skip the training arc, or pretty much it's a flash forward where you don't really have to see the training arc, and you just see the main character like kind of looking like he's about to get busy next season, and so I'm very excited for it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, Tower of God. I don't have much to say about it. Tower of God was one that was on my list of shows to watch back in the day. When it first came out, or when it first came out originally.
Yeah, the premise of the show is the main character is just a big old simp for that blonde girl you just saw.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much just chasing her through this tower because she's trying to get to the top of the tower because she wants to like get all. When you get to the top of the tower, you pretty much can have whatever you want.
Yeah.
And so she wants to go to the top of the tower. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna chase you. I don't want you to go by yourself. Yada yada this, yada yada that." Whole time she's kind of a bitch, and he's strong as fuck. And I won't say she's a bitch because she's a bitch in the show. She's actually a bitch in the show, not because
Yeah, not because woman. I got you. Yeah.
What's it called? But yeah, so I enjoyed the first series or first season.
First season.
It's only 13 episodes, so it's not a long watch at all. There's a lot of really dope ass fights in the first season. This part right here, that's him at the end of it. Yeah, that's him at the end of it. I'm like, yo, that's
a dude at the end of oh man, I'm a sucker for a long haired dude, man.
Yeah, bro.
I'm a sucker for a long haired dude with fucking dude. Tower of God season 2 just got me hyped. Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna come back and let y'all know next week what I thought about it. Official season 2 coming out. No date TBD, but it will be coming everywhere. So keep your calendars freaking marked. On the topic of stuff coming out, the next big deal that we have. What up, Dynamite? The next big thing that we have coming out is Jujutsu Kaisen is coming to Crunchyroll. Yes. The movie is coming to Crunchyroll in September. They announced, of course, over this past weekend, Crunchyroll had their Crunchyroll Expo, or I think it was Anime Expo. It's one of the two. It's right there, Crunchyroll Expo 2022. They announced a whole bunch of different titles that are coming over to Crunchyroll. You've got one of them being, of course, Jujutsu Kaisen 0. That's the movie that just recently came out. From
rewatching that movie for sure when it comes out.
Oh, 100%.
I just want to see the scene where fucking Gojo whoops that dude's ass.
Honestly, out of all of these, The Boy and the Beast is probably the next closest one that I'm super excited for. When that comes out, you have to watch that, bro. You've got to watch that. The Boy and the Beast is a really, really good story. A really, really good movie. It's essentially... Well, I guess it's not essentially. I was gonna say essentially something, but I can't really think of a story that it would be like. But what happens is this boy, he gets as a kid, he is wandering around Japan. Yeah, pretty much. He's wandering around Japan, accidentally gets lost in this alley that teleports him somehow to like the spirit animal world. And he gets taken in by this big ass beast dude. And the beast dude is pretty much becomes his surrogate father during the whole thing or whatever. And it's just about like their relationship or whatever. And like he teaches him how to fight. He teaches him how to like, kind of how to grow up and be a man. And then when in the middle of like a turf war, essentially in the spirit world, in the middle of a turf war in the spirit world, the boy gets sent back to the human world on accident. And mind you, like I said, he was probably 6, 7 when he got transported into the beast world, and now he's like 17, 18. Damn. So all he's really known is the spirit world. Busy. Yeah, exactly. All he's really known is the spirit world or whatever. And so he like has to readjust, and and then it's kind of like his father his father is like looking for him and stuff like that. Gotcha. And his parents have been looking for him the whole time.
I'll give it a watch.
But no, it's really, really good. It's one of the ones that Celinda was like, she had found, and she was really like into. She's like, you gotta watch this, and she showed it to me, and I was like, yo, this is actually like really fucking good. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is coming. Your Jujutsu Kaisen 0, Your Name, and a bunch of other things are coming over to Crunchyroll here this month and in September. I think Your Name, if I remember correctly, is the one.
My name? It's Mitchell. It's a knee slapper.
Whoops. Yeah, no, I just completely ignored that.
What are you saying about it?
Yeah. Yo, Your Name? Your Name's another one that's really good. I was getting confused with Call Me By Your Name. This one is really good. This one's really, really good. It's a slice of life, but it's
I've
like
seen the artwork for it, like at the my favorite Masako. That's who the Uchi Ramen plays. Mm-hmm. I've seen like a bunch of artwork for it there, but I've never actually seen the show.
The animation it's a movie. The animation is so good.
Oh, movie, okay.
And the story is so beautiful. Did you ever see the movie The Notebook?
If it's a movie, then I'll watch it. The Notebook.
Not The Notebook. It's not The Notebook. That's the wrong movie. It was like the Mailbox or something like that. It's with Keanu Reeves, and I forget who plays the woman.
Nah.
Essentially, what happens is the dude and the girl. Mm-hmm. They not the not the Mailbox. I'm talking about Your Name. Yes. But the dude and the girl, they swap bodies. Somehow, some way, through like some crazy random like magic happen circumstances, they are. The boy wakes up one day as the girl one day wakes up as the boy. They swap bodies, and they don't know why. And at first they're like freaked out because they don't know what's going on, and then they start leaving each other like messages and notes, and they start to get to know each other by like knowing what's going on in the other one's life. And then they eventually kind of like they fall in love. And then you find out like some things about them. It's a good movie, bro. You gotta watch it. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, you gotta go watch it. It's really, really good. Made me almost cry. I was about to bawl my fucking eyes out watching that. And then last but not least, this one's kind of a shocking one. So obviously we're gonna weed out about that. This one's kind of a shocking one. Mitch brought up this One Piece Red opens to a massive 2.25 billion yen at the Japanese box office. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how good fucking One Piece was, or is.
Yeah, rather. I've seen a couple people. So I think some dude recorded people's reactions to the movie theater in Japan that they were at. Mm-hmm. And it was crazy. Motherfuckers was going like, you know how we react when we go in movies, like we kind of like get excited and like jump around like that. Yeah. Yeah, but like nobody else in the theater really jumps around with us. Yeah. Every one of those theaters jump around. And they were all fucking excited as shit. Yeah, but one of these days you have to go to Japan and watch like a release.
I feel like we're starting to get more of those over here. I mean, obviously, like with One Piece, with Dragon Ball, all this stuff. Like we're starting to get more localizations. And I feel like we're kind of getting those moments. But I definitely understand what you're saying as far as like needing to go and actually like experience it there. I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't know if it's coming to the States at all.
The Red?
Yeah.
Why would it not come to the States?
Because it's weird. I mean, they're weird sometimes. Like movie releases are weird sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't come over. Sometimes it does come over.
I mean, I think it might be a while. I don't think it's not going to come over here at all.
On opening day, I want to release sales to film across this.
So at least going to Crunchyroll. There's no way that doesn't go to Crunchyroll, bare minimum. It'll probably be like a year before it gets there, but it's got to be at least going there.
I don't think it is, man. I don't see it. I don't see like a. At least there's not plans right now for it to come to the States anyway.
Look it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, we're sitting right in front of it. Is One Piece.
And now.
Oh, there it is. One Piece Film Red arrives US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand theaters in fall 2022.
Word.
It's on according to Twinfinite. Twinfinite never let me know. So fall 2022. So we'll see what happens. Damn, bro, that sucks. I really kind of want to see it. I'm actually, honestly though, I'm because One Piece is still kind of in that. While the show is really good, I think the movie style is still in that old school anime like movie tropes, not anime movie tropes, but are still like in that old school anime movie mindset where they make the movies outside of the canon. And so they're kind of off doing their own thing, and the stories don't really mean much. The stakes aren't really that high. And, it's kind of, I feel like with One Piece in particular, it's kind of hard to do that when you have all the shit going on in the show that's going on right now. Like with the show being like kind of as behind as it is of the,
anime
of the manga or the manga. Yeah. Cause like, not One Piece, but, what's the name of that fucking shit? Demon Slayer works because Demon Slayer's manga is completed, right? Or it was mostly completed. So, when you do the first season, if you can stop at a certain point and then put the movie out and then continue on with the next season. I really want to watch that. We talked about rewatching that fight the other day. I really want to rewatch that fight with Tengen.
Fucking Tengen.
Yeah. I feel like we should do that. I'm about to do that right now, actually.
What? Put it on?
I'm about to watch that fight right now, actually. I feel like watching that fight right now. He's the back half of that fight, because I feel like that fight was really just the part where he's just like, yeah, we're going for the win. Just that part right there. I don't need to watch anything else, bro. Honestly, I don't need to watch anything else. There's another intro that's actually kind of starting to grow on me too.
Their intro?
The season 2 intro. I didn't
have a problem with that one. I liked it actually.
Yeah, I was never a big fan of it. I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was bad,
like my
but it's starting to grow on me as like I'm starting to kind of like it more than the first one.
That's fair.
So, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is weeb or not to weeb. Mitch, I've got a couple of trailers that I wanted to play for you. That I think you would enjoy. So while I get those prepped and ready, talk to the people about Bananas.
Let me talk about what I've been watching. I haven't been really watching much. So I started watching season 2 of Overlord. I've enjoyed it so far. So I finished season 1 already. I don't know if I was talking about. I think last week I didn't talk about it. Yeah, since last week I finished season 1 of Overlord. I started season 2 because I really enjoyed it as much as I have so far. That's the reason why I haven't started Shield Heroes, because I've been watching Overlord. I've had a lot of fun. Not a bad series at all. But what trailer is this for? What are the trailers you're gonna have me watch?
Keep talking. I got you.
How many trailers is it?
It was supposed to be 2, at least 2.
Okay, is it movies or series?
Series.
Word. It's quite exciting. I don't know why Mike said I had to talk about Bananas, because I don't really know much about Bananas. I know that most bananas we have here are like fake bananas.
Wait,
if I'm
what?
not mistaken. Yeah, they're like some type of like not natural bananas. It's some weird ass thing.
What?
You gotta look it up. Yeah, the banana wars there was like banana wars back in the day. And so like the bananas we have here are not like indigenous or some shit like that. Like the bananas that are grown now are like, what's it called, an invasive species of banana or some shit like that. Something crazy. Yeah. Natural bananas aren't really a thing anymore. We might run out of bananas sometime soon.
That's insane. That actually kind of blew my mind there. I'm not gonna hold you. This right here, Mitch, is the season 6 official trailer for My Hero Academia. I figured this would be cool.
Word.
I haven't watched it. I know you obviously haven't watched it yet.
Maybe I have.
Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't. I don't think you have though, right?
I have not.
Okay. But yeah, no, we're gonna play this. We're gonna watch this trailer, react to it, and yeah, just get our feels for it. So let's go. Without further ado, My Hero. Wait, can you hear it?
Yes.
All right, cool.
観念しろ悪魔の手先を次はこっちが奪う番一人たりとも逃がすな
どこかの誰かを守るじゃあ難しいなら今一番大事なものを心に据えなエンデバー動いてるぞ悪いのはいつだってヒーローだ
そうだろ
ここまでやってきてほだされるようなミスはしない面白い
さくな忌々しいヒーローども蹂躙せよ
これは出しちゃいけねえ何を差し置いても
October 1st, baby! I think this is gonna be good. I'm telling you, man, this shit's gonna be really good.
This nigga, what's his name? What's the main villain's name?
Shigaraki.
Shigaraki about to come out and absolutely work the dog shit out of the entire Hero Association. I need you to understand that. He's gonna come out of that chamber. It's gonna be on some Goku level shit. When Goku left the chamber after fighting, or after dealing after the Ginyu's fight, it's gonna be the same part of that. And he's just gonna, except this time Goku's evil. Okay.
What do you think's gonna happen to Deku then?
Deku's gonna get a power up for sure too. That's for sure gonna happen. It's fucking Hero's gonna fucking find a way to win. All right, that's what My Hero is. But before he finds a way to win, I wouldn't be surprised if Shigaraki takes at least 2 people down. two important
characters.
One or two.
Only
two. One like fucking everyone dies, but like he might take at least one main character that people like. Yeah.
This season, I've been telling you for a while. This season right here, like, you know, the ending of last season was kind of like because last season ended with what, Endeavor doing the Prominence burn, right? Or was that ended with the Prominence burn? No, it didn't end with the Prominence burn. No, it ended with the villains, the League of Villains doing their thing.
I mean, it does have that. I thought you were okay. Yeah. So that,
yeah. So it ends with the League of Villains doing their thing and getting like their shit together or whatever. And like, I don't know if you noticed, but that last season was kind of a build up to something.
Oh, for sure.
And this is this is like the climax of what that something is. I think this season I think is going to be people's like anime only watchers favorite season. Now, and I really think that the fights from this, I'm not going to hold you. I'm a little let down because, you know, thinking about like the older My Hero Academia, like the way it looked or whatever, the original, like season 1, right? Season 1, even like season 2 next to an extent, right? They kind of switched things up and changed the animation style a little bit. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more like this doesn't look bad, obviously. But I just kind of wanted, I guess, I don't know. Like just a little more oomph, because this seems like it's pretty much just a continuation of last season. You know what I mean? And for me, when it comes to the My Hero seasons, every season has kind of like looked a little bit different. And this season kind of looks a little samey. Like I think this is the first season where I'm like, oh, this kind of looks samey.
I mean, I don't have a problem with how it looks, though.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad, but it's like I would say if that was my one, if I had to give a critique, that would be my one critique about it. Is that it looks kind of samey, but no, I think it's gonna be good. I think the season's gonna be really fucking dope. Yeah, he looks fucking evil as a bitch.
He's killing at least one person, bro. I promise you.
Yeah,
I promise you, he's killing at least one person.
That's the My Hero trailer. That's the one I wanted to show you. The other one that I wanted to show you, Mitch, was Chainsaw Man.
I think I've seen Chainsaw Man. I thought we watched this already.
So this is the new trailer.
Oh, okay, cool.
So we've seen the original trailer. This is the newer trailer.
Word.
This shit is about to go fucking crazy, bro.
So the fight scene's already like, oh, that's dope.
This shit's about to go fucking crazy, bro.
Shit. Oh, these side characters about to be them niggas. These side characters about to be dope for good. Yeah, these side characters.
Oh, this looks good, bro. October, we about to be eating in October, bro. Yeah. We're about to be eating in October.
These side characters about to be something else. I don't know, the premise of Chainsaw Man is this nigga with a chainsaws. I mean, it kind of looks like, I'm like, eh. So the side characters are gonna be like, they're gonna have to do something crazy for me.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold you. The manga, right? The manga covers are the reason, like, why, like, I kind of like didn't read it. You know, I saw, even though I've been hearing from people like, yo, Chainsaw Man's wild, Chainsaw Man's insane.
Damn.
But like, it's just the cover of the dude, like with the chainsaws coming out of his hands and his head, and it's like, that's a little weird, a little strange, a little too. I feel like if it wasn't too different for me, a little too different for me.
I feel like if it wasn't for the head, I'd be more okay with it. But the fact that it's coming out of his head as well,
cool. I don't like sword hands. I don't like blade hands.
That's not as. I mean, I'd rather have blade hands than blade head. That's just me personally. You're a unicorn at that point. Yeah, you're a unicorn at that point.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't care about you being a unicorn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch a series about a unicorn, to be honest. Unless she's doing some wild ass.
You didn't watch
shit.
My Little Pony?
No, maybe I've never watched that.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people who have, but
anime, not anime. I told you about this on Sunday, but you need to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, The Rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm going to watch that show.
Bro, it's so good.
What's it on again?
It's on Netflix. Like, it's in the Netflix original movie. It takes place at the end of the series. It's so fucking cool, bro. Leonardo's like teleporting sword ability.
Yeah, dude. This shit is dope, bro. Shit is so cool.
The only person whose shit I think is kind of whack is Donnie's, and Donnie's is just like he can summon like, but you know, tech, whatever kind of tech he wants to summon, right? But it's like mystic tech or whatever. But yeah, no, everybody's shit looks dope as bitch. And then like the way they animate, like the way they animate like the fights with like, because at the obviously, like I said, this takes place at the end of the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle show, so they know how to like use their mystic weapons, and so they're doing like these crazy ass combinations where like, you know, Leonardo, or not Leonardo, but Raph is going to like do his like mega punch or whatever, and Leo throws like a portal, so it goes through the portal and shows up on the dude's face or whatever, knocks the dude out, and then, you know, he grabs another portal, and then Mikey shows up and fucking whips him with the chains, and then, you know, flings his ass. It's cool as a bitch, man. It's good. You gotta watch it, man.
Okay.
Fucking watch it. Not to mention, it's kind of funny too. Like it's a little, it's got a little bit of like,
little quips. Nice
yeah,
quips.
it's got some funny jokes in there, man. It was one of the ones that I was like surprised to be as good as it was on Netflix.
Fair enough.
So, but that was it. That's all I had to show you. I'm going to show you the, because we talked about Tower of God already, Tower of God season 2.
Yeah.
But Chainsaw Man, second trailer, that looks really dope. And the new My Hero Academia season 6, that looks also really dope. That's going to wrap your regular Anime Bros show for today, for Tuesday, August 9th, 2022. Let us know what you guys thought of the new format, not just the new format, but also the episodes 16, 17, and 18 of I don't know why I was blanking on the name, Vinland Saga. What you guys thought of episode 16, 17, 18 of Vinland Saga, and all the other stuff down in like the comment section below. Subscribe, like, all that stuff, share. We're gonna stream some other games right now, so yeah, catch you guys next time. Deuces.